Daphne Quay, your boss lady realtor, and today we are going to talk about Pflugerville because it is so much cooler than you think. Obviously, we're not in my office right now. We are in downtown Pflugerville, which I feel like a lot of people just don't know about. So I wanted to take you here, show you some of the cute things that they have, some of the cool spots, and then we're gonna drive around Pflugerville and I'm gonna show you some of the other kind of like hidden gems that this town has. One of the big things in Pflugerville that I've noticed over the past few years is just the sheer amount of people. It used to be kind of a quiet little suburb and literally nothing was going on here. But I feel like driving through, every time I come through Pflugerville, I don't want to give the impression that there's lots of traffic because there's not, but you can just see that there's a lot more motion, there's more people out walking, there's more people in their cars, and the place just tends to have a lot more energy. One of my absolute favorite places in Pflugerville is Lake Pflugerville. I believe it's a man-made lake. It's about 3 miles around and it's paved, so you constantly see people either on walks there or running. Every now and then I'll see like somebody walking through with the stroller, see people walking by with their pups, or just like out and about. There's also a lot of events in Lake Pflugerville. I used to see a lot of races, triathlons, family events. There's like a little playscape, and it's a cool, relaxing place to be outside. So we're just gonna drive around a little bit right outside of, like 1 block outside of downtown Pflugerville. That is so cute. There's a lot of, I would say, kind of historic like homes over here. They're not officially like branded historic, but they're very similar. Actually, they're the exact same thing that we see in a lot of historical districts in Austin. So if you go to like the South Congress area, you see a lot of these little kind of like matchstick homes, which there are several of here. And then if you go to Georgetown, to the actual historical district, I guess, there's a lot of homes like this. This is such a unicorn for Pflugerville. There's maybe 2 other houses like this in Pflugerville. There's really not a lot of them. That is so cute. Look at this little tiny guy. So tiny. So in the last decade or so, Pflugerville has grown, I would say, exponentially. It used to be very much kind of a small town, little suburb where really not much was going on. The biggest thing was that a lot of kind of like the original portion of Pflugerville is really close to Highway 35, which has super quick access to Austin as well as Round Rock. Because demand in Austin was going up so much, there started to be a lot of new development in Pflugerville. The homes would be what I would think a lot more affordable than in Austin proper. So there got to be a lot more demand here because of the affordability factor. Eventually, I think developers kind of caught on that Pflugerville has a lot of potential. Just east of Highway 130, there's a handful of really nice, I would say very luxury feeling kind of like golf course neighborhoods that are still zoned for Pflugerville. You can get a really big home, lots of space, close to tons of amenities, shopping, and have everything kind of at hand while having a very luxurious home for maybe like 1/3 of the price in Austin proper. For instance, one of the neighborhoods that I really like is Black Hawk. That is actually a golf course community. Today you can get a home there for about $600 to $650, and you can get something that's about 3,200 square feet with really nice finishes, as opposed to like somewhere like Southwest Austin, where that same home would cost anywhere from like $900 to like $1.5 million. One of the other things that Pflugerville has, and you're gonna laugh because this is very cheesy, it's Typhoon, Texas. It's a little water, it's actually not little, it's big. It's a big water park right off of Highway 130 going into like northeast Pflugerville. The cool thing about that, of course, is that it's a water park and it keeps everybody busy, but it's also super close to lots of shopping and entertainment. Directly across the way from there, there is a really big shopping center. Definitely enough to provide what you need, definitely enough to provide convenience and entertainment. So here we are, this is the shopping center I was telling you guys about that's right off of Highway 130 and actually 45. There's all sorts of shops here. Like literally right now we're driving in front of a Five Below. There's a Ross. We're about to go by a Target. There is an Ulta Beauty. Home Depot is right in front of us. There's a Gold's Gym back here. There's a movie theater. So there's a lot of really practical things that I think are just very useful to have. Since we are on the northeast side of Pflugerville, honestly, things are a little bit further out, right? So if you want to drive into Austin, it's going to be about 25 minutes. But if you need something that's just kind of close by, like practical things, this is a really great spot. There's also a handful of kind of like big box restaurant type places where you can go grab a quick bite. Local donut shop, there's a local coffee shop over there, In-N-Out Burger, Best Buy, I think you get it, but there's literally just a lot of everything. It's just a very, very convenient spot to drop. No, I'm kidding, it's a convenient stop to shop, which also rhymes. Because all of the growth and all the demand that's been going on in Pflugerville in the last, let's say fairly, the last 7 or so years, there's a lot of really cute, unexpected pockets that I think are popping up. For instance, we're here in downtown Pflugerville. One of the first times I was here was in 2013, and it was fine, it was cute, but it was kind of plain. And now we're standing in this really cute little park pocket where there's little picnic benches, there's a giant chess set, there's a little fire pit with colorful chairs, there's little like patio decks everywhere. It's become really welcoming and it's got this really trendy feel to it. Also here in downtown Pflugerville, there's a few things that are to be expected, like City Hall. There's a bunch of beauty salons. But then there's like a Cajun restaurant across the street. There's a burger place behind me that does like burger and beer. There's a really cute little coffee shop and like beer brewery spot over here on the corner. So there's just a lot of really fun, eclectic things that are coming up that actually feel a lot more to me like what Austin used to be. So we are here like just like an inch and a half away from downtown Pflugerville. We're like literally half a block east of downtown Pflugerville, and we are at this really cool little trendy Mexican restaurant called El Rincon. I don't think it's the only Mexican restaurant in Pflugerville, but I think it's definitely the busiest. Food's really good, the location's really good. Doesn't matter what time of day I drive by or I come eat here, the parking lot is always super full. So super popular, really good little spot. They have all sorts of really good Mexican food. And side note, like El Rincon means the corner. It's a little corner restaurant. We are driving by the newest H-E-B that's literally right on the edge of Pflugerville and Hutto. Like it's just like one street over, it's Pflugerville, and one street over, it is Hutto. This is an H-E-B plus. It's actually really nice. One of the other things that I really love about Pflugerville is that it does offer a handful of luxury developments. Now granted, they are a little bit further out and they're not as close to all of this. However, they do have a lot of amenities in the neighborhood. So a lot of these golf course communities that I mentioned earlier, they have community pools, they have walking trails, they have community centers. They have a lot of community events. They'll do like community yoga, they'll do kids events, 4th of July parties, wine tasting, and personally, I really like walking or driving through these neighborhoods because they are so nicely kept and they have such a nice feel to them. I think it's fair to say Pflugerville is up and coming, it's becoming trendy, it's in high demand, I think for kind of obvious reasons if you take the time to look. And it offers an overall high quality of life. There's amenities, there's a pretty large variety of like style of housing. It's still, I would say, affordable compared to Austin proper and surrounding suburbs. And we're still really close to Austin if that's where you're ultimately looking to like hang out. That's it, that's what I have to tell you guys about Pflugerville. I hope you learned some things. I also hope that you see that Pflugerville is way cooler than you think. Again, it used to have kind of this reputation for being a sleepy little suburb, and it's grown up so much in the last, I would say 5 to 7 years. There's a ton of stuff going on here. There's a lot of variety as far as like the style of homes. You can get something older and like kind of historical looking, it's rare, so don't like get too tied to that idea. Or you can get this big, beautiful, new or like new-ish home, kind of like on the northeast side of Pflugerville in a golf course community. So there's a lot of variety. Anyway, I'm Daphne Quay, your Boss Lady Realtor. If you have any more questions about the Central Texas housing market, if you're thinking about selling or buying a home, please feel free to reach out. You can call me, text me, email me. You can send me an Instagram DM, whatever works for you. If you're thinking about making a move, I got you. Thanks for watching.